Hey, all you zealots and zerglings, it's time for a 4 versus 4 on Primordial Grave, where we already have a dropout here. So this suddenly turned into a 4 on 3. We'll see if that's going to make a big difference here. I have spawned as the purple Zerg, and we have got Contrarian as the teal Terran, Bocephus as the red Protoss, and Spartan as the blue Zerg. And our opponents, we've got the Frog as the yellow Zerg, Carbon as the green Protoss. We got Hawkeye as the orange Protoss, who hopefully will be sending out many observers to make that moniker accurate. And finally, we have our dead player, Drone Corp, who has somehow managed to make himself an extractor. That's pretty good, considering he no longer has any control over this game. Obviously, it's one of his allies doing it because, you know, if they can get him to pump out some resources for them, that's just going to feed right into them, because you can see he's holding no money because it's feeding directly into his allies. And that can give them an early game advantage because they can pump out tech and army really quick. So just because someone's dropped, you can't always assume that you're in trouble. I mean, some games someone gets hit early and they pretty much get devastated or knocked out altogether, and the other three can use that time while he's dying to kind of build up and win the game. So you can't let yourself get overconfident. You can't let yourself get complacent, because that's when accidents happen. And by accidents, I mean the other team comes and kills you. We do have a forge and a gateway on the way for Carbon, and it looks like he's going to be trying to wall himself in. Is he going to close this wall? Maybe he's going to throw a zealot over there. I don't know if that's wider than a zealot. I'm not entirely sure. It looks pretty wide, and he doesn't have a zealot on the way yet, although he can't afford it. Is he going to just cannon instead? Oh, he's going to throw another build. He's going to throw a cybernetics cordon. He's just making a corridor of doom. I still don't know if that is closed off or not. But if you throw a cannon back here, then Lings are really not going to be smart to try to take this on, because they'll be getting hit all the way snaking through here. But it would be nice for him to get a zealot here just to kind of plug the door as best as he can. And we have a spine going down for the Frog. It looks like they're going into defensive mode because they realize that they're outmanned right now, although they are going to be out economizing us as long as they can keep that other player feeding them money. Cybernetics core going down for Hawkeye, who's being a little more bold by not getting out much in the way of early defense. He's got a zealot out. He's probably the first on his team to have any kind of army, and we got a spawning pool here, but I don't see any units right now. And Carbon's probe must have been on a scouting mission. It looks like he was. Scouted out 3 of the 4. Did not quite scout out Contrarian accurately, it looks like. So we didn't see anything going on there. We do have a couple of barracks going down, and he's getting ready for an expansion. We've got myself. I haven't even expanded yet. I think I was expecting an earlier rush, and I was too concerned to expand, which is probably really dumb. I really should learn how to defend 2 bases early game, especially since this is my expansion. Or is this? Yeah. Oh, I'm expanding over here for some reason. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I want to expand to the front ramp instead of expanding over here where I just can defend this area. I apparently was not paying attention to the map at all. Seriously, I don't know what's going on. It was not because I saw this bear or command center. I'm thinking, oh, he's just going to want to land it right there, so I don't want to take that. I don't know. Making that into orbital right away, which is pretty darn smart. Tech lab out with combat shield just underway. Not a lot of Marines out yet, but there doesn't seem to be any armies going out. The Frog spreading his overlords out on his base, which is good idea to kind of keep your eyes on anything that might be coming in at you. Doesn't give you a lot of vision of the rest of the map, though. He's only kind of seeing his corner of the map, and if anything hits their front ramp. I mean, you could try to station something here. That's a little bit small. I mean, you have this whole wide area here. There's going to be very little that can do anything to your overlords for a long time. So you can put an overlord or 2 in there, kind of spout anything moving across the map, like this pesky little probe of Bocephus. What is he up to? I don't know, but right now it looks like both sides are a little worried. We're worried they're going to get aggressive because they're afraid they're going to be behind in the late game with 1 player down. And they're afraid because they're 1 player down and they think they're going to be outnumbered. So both sides going a little bit passive, and we've got Hawkeye going for a Stargate because, yeah, when I mean, I guess he can afford to do this, but it's going to hurt their army side even more for early attacks because he's going to have to work to get anything out of that. And if you're going to use this guy's base, at least get him droned up. I mean, he's undermining this. He could be getting this other gas right now because if we push out and kill him, but it looks like instead they're going to be pushing out and killing us. Got some lings from Drone Corp. No speed. Wait a minute. They're actually making lings out of his base? Really? I guess Hawkeye wants to have some lings in his army, kind of soak up the damage so his stalkers and zealots can do the damage. And this has been spotted. I'm not really sure who spotted exactly. Oh, it looks like I've expanded again to this gold. We got to worry right now about Bocephus. His expansion is under attack. He's going to cancel that right away. Might have let it live a little longer. Force them to do some DPS on it so that they have some time to defend. And throwing down the force field is not going to let the zealots do anything, but that's absolutely fine because he wants to let his range units do as much damage as possible, although his stalkers are not really shooting there. And now he's got his zealots clogging up the ranch. Stalkers behind. The Lurglings are going to kind of sweep in the back, and I think they are going to clean this up without too much problem. And nope, looks like my lings with their speed, only lings on the map with speed right now, are going to be able to help clean that up without too much loss. Looks like we fared a little bit better in that engagement. And there's Contrarian saying, "Hey guys, what's going on? What's all the excitement about? Looks pretty dead here right now." So I got this gold up and running, but it's a little bit in a tenuous position because they can kind of push in here right from here. LaFrog's got a base right here, but it's a question of whose gold is a little more vulnerable. I'd say right now both of them, although they just lost a big engagement, and we have quite the army remaining. So that's going to be a bit of a concern for them. See, look, I've got overlords on this part. I don't know if this is the best positioning for them. Why do I need an overlord back here spotting our reinforcement route? I should probably have them kind of like here and maybe up here, like here and here, or maybe here and somewhere in the forward area so we can kind of see what's coming our way. And how's that Stargate going? He's got one Void Ray out. No more Void Rays just yet. He can't really afford them. He's trying to rebuild his army, and he's definitely going to need to do that. Is he using... Yeah, he's still using Drone Corps. He's going to make some more lings. He might want to get some upgrades on those, get some speed, maybe a +1 armor, depending if you want to just use them as cannon fodder. But right now, they're just kind of... They're not very good. They're Craplings. That's basically what it is. But looks like meanwhile Carbon's gotten a lot of Void Rays out, and it looks like my expansion is not ready to defend this right now. I'm gonna have to abandon this. There's no way this is gonna survive. Where is Contrarian's army? We need some Marines out here, and he's gonna try to use the overload. Oh, well, I can't even. Prismatic alignment. Yeah, I just came up with it to take out that hatchery. That is an okay use for it. It did manage to get it down quickly, and all of his Void Rays are going to escape. So he managed to take out my base. Didn't take out my drones, so that is good. And meanwhile, we've got another push here from Hawkeye, who's using the corpse of Drone Corp to kind of do this. And looks like the army for Bocephus has not really been reinforced. He's got some lings here from Spartan trying to do some damage. The probes are going to evacuate, but I don't think this is enough, and we still have a Void Ray here that has got nothing to focus it down. Here come my lings to help clean this up, but we still need something to deal with this Void Ray, and I don't think he has the Stalkers for it right now. 3 Stalkers might be enough. Prismatic alignment is on cooldown. Now is the time to hit it if you can, because this is the best shot you're going to get at it without him doing lots of damage, and it looks like... Oh, it's going to be kind of close. He's going to get that Stalker down. Is it going to be enough? The Stalker's not shooting! The Stalker's not shooting! Oh my goodness, it was 2 Stalkers on one. So now we know 2 Stalkers against 1 Void Ray. The Stalkers will win as long as Prismatic Alignment does not come into play. And Mutalisks now from the Frog going to finish cleaning up this expansion. It's kind of a good thing I have this gold, so they actually have an expansion to deal with. Putting up some spores here to kind of defend myself. And they're just going to let that Overlord live. Alright, well, that lets me spot any more incoming. But taking out my base, I hate losing my 3rd base. I hate it. I always lose my 3rd in these, and this one is technically my natural. See, if I'd taken this one, it would have been Contrarian's problem. I wouldn't have had to deal with it, and he's putting barracks up just to guard the entrance. He's not on anything getting in here, which it's going to be kind of hard for him to push in there, so I don't know why he's necessarily bothering to put the wall right there. I mean, he can put the wall up here and defend both our bases. I don't know. Starport going to be on the way. Probably going to get those medevacs out so he can start healing his infantry. He's got a pretty decent-sized infantry. And meanwhile, it looks like the counterattack has begun. I don't know why I'm focusing down the extractors, but it looks like this is not going to survive. The mules are going to try to take it out, but there's too many lings. We are going to be able to focus this down. More mules are popping out, but they're just going to run away, and the lings are going to get out of there before they take any more damage than they absolutely have to. And he'd be foolish to follow here because these spores are going to be more than enough to drive them away. He's got a lot of mules. He might be able to take them all down, but he's going to take heavy, heavy casualties. It's just not worth it. And Observer out there for Bocephus is going to be scouting around, seeing what's going on. A lot of Void Rays from Carbon. He's got +1 upgrades across the board and trying to take this gold here. And Hawkeye hasn't even expanded yet. He's using 2 players, and he has yet to expand. I guess he's just depending on these resources to give him pretty much essentially 2 bases, although he's only getting 1/3 of the resources out of here. And Spartan's going to be expanding to this gold, so all the goals will be taken. We got a ping right here to see all the Void Rays that are coming down right now. So it looks like all of the golds now are taken. Oh, we got another push out here of Craplings and Stalkers and a couple of Void Rays. Going to probably be able to take out Spartan's expansion. There's no way he's going to be able to save this. Is he going to cancel it in time? He's not paying attention. Cancel, cancel. Oh, he got there, but he didn't cancel it. And do they have enough here to defend this? A lot of Stalkers and an Immortal, but Spartan doesn't have any. Oh, Spartan's Lings. Oh, he's already got Ultralisks out. Well, this could certainly change the tide of battle. If those Ultralisks can get in there, those Stalkers are dead. And there should be enough anti-air here to be able to deal with the Void Rays. So, kind of crushed that one right there. Wow, Spartan's been sneaking out Ultralisks. It looks like he does have the Kite in his plating upgrade and +2 attack. But meanwhile, we have Mulisks here in Contrarian's base. Still have not retaken this base. But once these Marines get back here with their +2 attack, and it looks like I got some Mulisks of my own. No upgrades on those, and going against 2-1 Mulisks. Yeah, I definitely got to get some upgrades on mine because he's got quite a few. And where are these drones going? He's still long distance mining this base. And these drones are just kind of sitting here. So it looks like things are starting to spiral against them. They're not really capitalizing on this guy's resources. They're not maximizing his mining. And they're just using a bunch of Craplings, which is at this point is just a waste of money. The game's getting too advanced along to be dealing with unupgraded Lings. And you're going against Ultralisks, those Lings are going to be even more worthless. He's got to stop using those, or at least tech up to something a little more useful, and I don't know what that would be. And where are these Lings? Were these Lings just out trying to snipe bases? Can't really tell right now. Just long distance mining. He doesn't want to afford to put a hatchery back up there, it looks like, or he's just too distracted. He's trying to get more upgrades for his Mulisks. It's not a bad idea. He's got +2 attack, +1 armor, +2 armor. Armor is about halfway done. And throwing up a couple of spines, but I don't think that's going to be enough to stop us if we decide to push out, because things are starting to snowball in our favor, I think, although we do still have this massive air force of Carbon, +2 attack, +2 shields, +1 armor. I don't know about the +2 shields. Most Protoss like to favor armor upgrades over shields, unless you're going for some heavy Archon build, which Carbon obviously is not, because he realized, I've got a V key. Why would I do anything if I have a V key? He does have... Oh, he probably is doing that so he can get better ground upgrades. That way he has the Twilight Council. He is... Well, yeah, for the +2 shields. He needs that for the +2 shields. And +3 shields on the way. That is highly peculiar. I think he really wants to go for attack up. Oh, well, I guess he's got full attack upgrades on those. But maybe want to get some attack upgrades for the Zealots, unless they're just there to die. Which sounds like they're there to die just as slowly as possible. Oh, and Bocephus getting bold. I mean, what are they going to do about it? Drone Corp's not doing anything over here because he's not here. He does have eyes on it. He will be able to see this is going down, but they're going to have to put in some effort to take it out. And as soon as they do, this army could move in and do a lot of damage. Although these Void Rays are concerned. My Mulists have spotted them. And I haven't gotten very many upgrades on those yet. I need to get a third base. Looks like I have lost the opportunity to take a third base. And we got a drop here for Contrarian. The Mules are going to try to defend it. They're not doing very good. But he's letting his Medivacs get sniped. That's not good either. Some of these Marines are going to have to stay behind unless he manages to clean this up, which is entirely possible. The Spire is going to go down, although that's not the biggest air threat we have right now, because Mulisks, we have enough to deal with Mulisks right now. The Marines are enough to deal with Mulisks. But it looks like the massive Void Ray army of Carbon is going to come down and try to stop this. The lair is going to go down, which is going to really hurt the Frog. He's going to be quite behind right now. But it looks like these Void Rays are going to be able to clean this up pretty handily. But meanwhile, what's going on here? It looks like they're trying to take out this expansion. I think that's what's going on over there. But it is well defended. But they're in trouble now, and they're going to push in here. And the Frog The frog is done, and it looks like we're going to be taking out the corpse, the drone corpse. The drone corpse. But here comes the massive Void Ray army, and I don't think there's enough anti-air. If they prismatic, even without prismatic alignment, these stalkers are not enough for these well upgraded Void Rays. No, he does use a prismatic alignment, which means this army is just going to disintegrate. Don't make more stalkers, and if you do, at least get them out. No, don't just send them in. Oh, he's just sending them to the slaughter now. He did not have enough stalkers before, and he's got fewer now. Why would you just send them in to die? You're going to have to sack this expansion. There's no other way. And I've got some mules coming up, but it is not going to be enough. It's just not enough for this many Void Rays. I'm gonna get a Phoenix. I killed a Phoenix. Mission accomplished. Let's go home. But we are managing to... We do have quite the superior ground force, though. They're going to have to move these Void Rays all over the map to stop us. And if we can thin out those Void Rays, I don't know if he's producing any more. Where are his Stargates? He is still producing Void Rays. And that's basically his saving grace. He's got to produce them faster than we can kind of snipe them. And he's pretty much the last line of defense. The frog is gone. Hawkeye is switching to Phoenix. Gonna try to deal with my Mulus. Phoenix is they have air superiority. I don't think we're gonna get out enough Mulus really to deal with this. It's gonna come from the Marines, and then maybe the Stalkers kind of picking away at it. And the Phoenix are going to burrow. Oh, but it looks like they have an observer. Try to get the things out of there. Nope, doesn't look like they are able to do it. So it's down to these Void Rays. Can we deal with the Void Rays? What is going to be the answer here? Marines are a good answer. We need to get some more upgrades on those. Where are his engineering bays? Are they currently working? They are not. We need to get those upgrades because we need to do as much damage with these Void Rays as possible. I got some spores here. Going to throw up some spines, I guess, as insurance. Looks like I'm mined out right now, which is going to be a problem. And the spines are not going to be ready in time, unfortunately. So the spores and the queen are going to do as much damage as they can, which is going to be very little. Gonna burrow the drones just to hopefully keep them alive a little bit longer. But yeah, that provided no resistance whatsoever. And it's getting to be a problem here. There's some Marines there, but there's enough ground forces to give them a little bit of trouble. But meanwhile, it looks like the Archers of Spartan are gonna try to push in, but they can't get up this ramp. Unfortunately, he needs to walk him into the base or escape. Yeah, he's gonna try to run him into the base, but oh no, he's just getting him slaughtered. They just got slaughtered. They did like no damage there whatsoever. Look at that. These buildings are still standing. That was an unmitigated disaster. Now they're gonna try to push back into Bosevia's expansion that they were unable to get before because they were trying to defend. But now they got Contrarian. He's building more Marines, and these Void Rays are out of position. And looks like I'm sending Mulisks in to, well, I guess to deal with this stuff. But we're gonna have to deal with the Void Rays or get into a base race situation. Carbon's gonna have to respond to every threat because we have enough. And he's gonna have to, yeah, he's gonna mass recall, and the Marines are gonna have to get out of there as quickly as possible. It is basically up to Carbon to respond to every threat, and every threat can be counter-responded by us just hitting the other side of the map. So it's close. We have the advantage of a lot more units, but they have the advantage of their armies probably can kill us. Even if we get everything together, it's going to be hard for us to take out this many well-upgraded Void Rays. Just waiting on that +2 armor, which I can only assume +3 is on the way. Yep, and just about to finish. And a mothership. Started producing a mothership. It would be nice if we could snipe this. This thing is just sitting here. He's going to protect it, but if we run in there and snipe it, we really don't want this whole army cloaked as well. We do have a Terran who's being followed by an orbital command for some reason. And it looks like Bosia's going to try to re-expand here. And this base has not been taken. If we can keep our economy going, that's going to be good for us. It looks like Contrarian's going to try to take this gold. But, oh, right next here to Carbon, who's about to have a mothership. I mean, this would be the time to push in because he really does. Obviously, he does not want to abandon this mothership, and so trying to force him to might be good just so we can snipe it. And Marines trying to do a little bit of damage. There's just so many stalkers there that the Marines are probably not being able to focus on these Void Rays. But like I said, every Void Ray we can get down, and oh, here come the Phoenix. I'm gonna try to pull out of there. I need to try to save these Mutalisks best I can. The expansion is going to go down. The mothership is now out, and Contrarian has left his medevacs for dead, which that can't happen. Cannot afford that. We still have a huge army. Although the Void Rays, like I said, the Void Rays are thinning out though. And Boceva's going to get some DTs out. He's got to stop Hawkeye from mining. Is Hawkeye even still in this game? I think he is. And, oh, he's just going to destroy those probes, and there's nothing he can do about it. This is basically their only army, and if we can pick away at it, we still have a lot of bases here, and I don't think we're dead yet. Our income is still actually pretty darn good. I don't know where we're getting it from, but let's turn that off. And it looks like he had moved into my main. I've got some spores in there. Is it going to be enough? There's no stalkers now to help out, so they're just doing damage. And I think we just took out their observer, too. Yeah, his observer managed to get all my drones. And, oh, there comes the Phoenix trying to save my base. But as long as there's no ground army, the spores are going to get maximum effectiveness. Marines are going to try to push in there. The Mules are going to try to push in there, too. Try to thin out as many of these Void Rays as possible. There seems to be so many of them, but there's also a lot of Mutalisks, too. But the Phoenix are dealing with that right away, but there's only 10 Void Rays left. Marines are pretty darn easy to get out, and Marines are going to be a good counter to the dwindling number of Void Rays. And he's spending an awful lot of time thinning me out. There's nothing I can do. I mean, I have very little money. All my tech is gone. I have no bases right now. I don't know where these Overlords are going. They don't really need them anymore. Can't even make them into Overseers. And I'm being revealed. And I have 2 drones. Oh, he's just gonna fly right into all 3 spores. Just take maximum damage. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know. I'll try to get +2 armor out. That's never gonna happen. And these Phoenix are just sniping my Overlords. Where am I? Do I still have my Mules? No, they all died. They all died in that battle, didn't they? And there's not that many Marines. I think he maybe needs to wait. Yeah, you don't want to hit this yet. You need as many Marines as possible. And meanwhile, it looks like Spartan... Ooh, he's got some Hydrosks in his army now. And the Ultras are on the offensive. And Carbon's base in big trouble. And these Phoenix are next to useless right now. Oh, he did not need to switch up into Phoenix. His ally had the Phoenixes that they would have needed. He had more than enough Phoenixes right there to deal with our air threats. So that was a huge mistake. The Hydros are going to start picking away at the Void Rays even more. I think it's snowballing against them now. They've taken too much damage. Another Void Ray is going to go down, and the ones that are left are all in the yellow or worse. Shields are down. He has no detection right now. He's trying to make 3 observers. Boceva's, you've got to take this out. You've got to take this out. This is the biggest threat. Oh, wait. Oh, they do have observers. Never mind. But he's using Phoenix to take out DTs. You should probably cancel these. You have a lot of money, but I don't think you can afford... It was a fun 4v1. I guess he realizes that's it. That's going to be it. There's no one else that has anything there. Oh, yep, that's it. Wow, that was an interesting game. It could have gone either way, I think, even with the early dropout, but I think they could have used Drone Corps a little more effectively than they did. But in the end, I hope you enjoyed this game, and have a day.